guys, my name is Crystal and welcome to my YouTube channel. Welcome old subscribers, welcome new. If you like my videos, please press the like button, please do subscribe. Hi, how's everybody doing? It's wet and rainy outside. I've just come back from walking my lovely dog. Alexa, what's the time please?
The time is 7:30 p.m.
So it's 7. Do you like my banana, guys? Do you like my neon banana? I think it's fantastic. You know, you can get custom made signs with your name on, or if you've got a business you can like promote it. I just love it. I think it's, I'm going to get another one. Fantastic, well worth the money. Great it is. My neon banana. So guys, I've been indoors most of the day, and it's been wet, hasn't it? It's been raining, it's been wet, I've been listening to music, I've been really enjoying myself indoors. So I've just come back from taking Max out, a bit later than normal because it's tipping it down outside, but this coat is like waterproof, and with this hood over my head, you know, I was, well, I didn't really get wet. Got my wellies on as well. You know, dancing in the rain. No, singing in the rain, isn't it? I'm singing in the rain, just singing in the rain. What a glorious feeling, I'm happy again. The stars up above. Anyway, guys, yeah, so just after 7, I took Max out for a walk in the rain. Dark as well, and I'm happy. I'm happy because I'm happy with my life at the moment. I'm not interested in nuisances, annoyances, and unwanted attention, so I'm absolutely great. Well, not many people are going to be outside when it's bucketing it down, are they? So I didn't see anybody. I didn't see anyone. But I wasn't miserable and sad. I was quite happy because everything's fine with my life at the moment. I'm sorting out my affairs. I've got therapy on Monday. I talked to someone about what's going on. So anyone that's trying to upset, destroy and cause trouble is going to get found out on court. And anything that's written about me that is slander and rather derogatory, I don't worry about because it's lies anyway. They're a liar, they're ugly, and they're unwanted, and that's the truth. Of course, someone that says that they're going down my videos but they haven't gone down them from a week is a liar. They can't help it. They're wishing they was me, that's the trouble, and they're not because they've got no talent. Because if they had talent, they would put a face to their crap. They'd put a face to it, but they're ashamed of what they've written. They're ashamed of it. I'm making plans to go out. Obviously, later on in the year, the Christmas lights get put on. So I intend to go and watch the Christmas lights be put on. I'm going to start going out. I'm going to start meeting people. I'm not listening to negative people talking rubbish. So I'm absolutely very fine. And of course, when you make them angry, they make mistakes. So their whole intention is to make me cross and upset me. So you turn the tables and upset them, and then you watch the sparks fly and them get upset instead of yourself. So I have had a walk with my lovely dog. I'm fine. I'm just going to have a bit of this yuzu drink. Let me take my coat off. Let me take my coat off. I do like that banana sign. I think it lights up the room. It makes it look like a pub or a club or something. Anyway, guys, I hope everybody has a good weekend. Alexa, LBC Radio.
LBC London from Global Player.
Rishi Sunak is going to withdraw his completely unqualified, I don't know if that's the word that I'm looking for, unending support for the Israeli government anytime soon. If Keir Starmer calls for a ceasefire, that puts some clear water between him and the Tories on this issue, and it creates an opportunity to reignite that toxic anti-Semitism debate that did for Labour in 2019. So my question to you is, should he do what I consider to be the right thing and back a ceasefire, or should he do the safe thing and stay quiet? 03456060973 is the number to call, and Mick has called from Leeds. What would you like to say?
Hi Natasha, let me first say I've got no links to Palestine or Israel. I'm completely independent, I'm a Christian. Over a week ago I emailed Keir Starmer and other leaders except Rishi Sunak because I know where he lies. And I basically called for a ceasefire and said, listen, at the next PMQ, please ask Rishi Sunak why he hasn't called for a ceasefire. They completely ignored me, and it was a decent thing to do. It's got nothing to do with anti-Semitism. It's about the bombing of innocent women and children, and it's over 7,000 now. That's it. That's all it's about, and any decent leader would call for that. And thank God for the UN vote yesterday, but I'm absolutely appalled that the UK abstained. I'm ashamed to be British right now. It's an absolute disgrace, and we need the first stage of peace is a ceasefire, and a ceasefire will spur Hamas into releasing the hostages. It has to be done, we have to try it, and we have to stop those innocent deaths. My heart breaks every time I see the news. It's absolutely appalling. And, you know, Keir Starmer needs to step up to the plate. He needs to make an urgent, media press statement now and say, right, we need to call for a ceasefire. And if he doesn't do that, he needs to step down, and Andy Burnham needs to take over, because Keir Starmer just hasn't got the honesty, integrity to take that. And it's not a risk, it's his human, decent thing to do, and he's just not doing it. So he's lost my vote, I'm afraid, Natasha. If Andy Burnham steps up, I'll vote Labour again, but now I won't do it anymore.
It's the fact of the matter is that nothing that Keir Starmer can say at this point as leader of the opposition will do anything to materially bring about a ceasefire in Gaza. So that's why this decision really is about whether or not he listens to the majority, it seems like, or certainly over half of the MPs in his party who want him to do this. He listens to the huge number of Muslim but also progressive people that would vote for him, or whether he backs away because it's such a can of worms to open, having just reached a point where people are no longer automatically associating the Labour Party with anti-Semitism, rightly or wrongly. You know, people have very sincerely held beliefs in that regard, but that was a kind of a stain and a smear that held the Labour Party back for so long. You can see, can you, why he might be a little bit hesitant?
No, not at all. He's going to be the next Prime Minister, and he was ahead in the polls. And as you said earlier, there was a poll, over 70% of the UK population wants a ceasefire. He is the official opposition of the government. He has a legal and a moral and a humanity. You know, he needs to step up to the plate and do the right thing. And by simply calling the ceasefire, he will hopefully prompt Rishi Sunak to also call the ceasefire, because he did the same with the energy companies with the actual windfall tax.
Yeah.
He stepped up to the plate and he forced the Tories to do it. He can do the same thing with this ceasefire, and he needs to do it. It's the humane thing to do before any more women and children get bombed for no reason whatsoever. It's a disgrace.
Mick, thank you so much for your call. Haroon has called from Blackburn. What would you like to say?
Hi Natasha, this is the first time I'm ringing in, so just bear with me, okay?
Oh, well,
There's a
welcome.
few things. Yeah, thank you. The chap that came just before me, he's basically made the point very, very well, very eloquently. I'd like to say this. We all know that Gaza has been an open-air prison for a long, long time. Agree? Would you all agree with that?
I would. Many people would not.
Yeah.
But
Well,
that is
why
something
would
that I think there are compelling arguments for.
But Israel basically controls who goes in, who goes out. They even control how far the fishermen can go out into the coast to fish for their fish, effectively. So I'm going to carry on and say that it has been an open air prison for a long time. Now, you've got one of the world's most advanced armies who are basically effectively carpet bombing Gaza. You cannot say that they are hitting Hamas targets. I don't think anybody can argue to say that Israel are hitting Hamas targets. And this narrative that Hamas hide ammunition, rockets, etc. in schools, nurseries, where's the actual the evidence of that?
Well, I mean, the whole issue with this is that no one knows where Hamas are hiding out. They're in a series of underground tunnels. They're amongst the civilian population. So you can't have it both ways. Either you have to bomb in quite an indiscriminate way to ensure that you get them because they're everywhere, or you've bombed civilians on purpose because you know where they are.
I just feel, Natasha, that this whole narrative that has been fed to us for not just this issue, but even in previous times when this has happened, that Hamas hides among civilians, that is just a justification for the Israeli army to basically bomb indiscriminately men, women and children. And I would like to also ask a really simple, raw question that what sort of world do we live in where calling for a ceasefire when we know that over 7,000 civilians have lost their lives, calling for a ceasefire can be considered to be anti-Semitic. What sort of world are we living in now?
Haroon, thank you so much for your call. I hear you, and some people are getting in touch with the studio, not calling, interestingly, but I can see these texts popping up into the in-queue saying, well, if they let Hamas exist, what then? What happens next? But my question back to that would be, if they destroy Hamas in the only way right now that appears to be available by essentially flattening the whole of the Gaza Strip, it's also not going to end there. Other Middle Eastern countries are going to get involved. This will escalate. Israel may potentially be in even greater danger from other vested interests. I'll tell you what I think. I think that a lot of this has to do with Netanyahu's ego. He was Mr. Security, and then that dreadful, despicable, disgusting Hamas attack took him by surprise and happened on his watch. But we shouldn't let the ego of one guy or one government dictate international law, should we? That's how I see it. You may very well disagree. That's what I think is going on. 0345 606 0973 is the number to call if you want to get involved in the conversation. Moshe has called from Boreham Wood. What would you like to say?
I think Keir Starmer is very good for a change. I mean, forget he's sticking to his guns. Let him stick to his guns. It doesn't mean that just because he's having MPs resign that he should all of a sudden say, hey, you know what, ceasefire. Do it about U-turn. No, he's sticking to his guns. Very good. I don't know
what Keir Starmer's guns are on this, because he made some statements on my colleague Nick Ferrari's show. Then he rode back on them and said that wasn't what he really meant. He doesn't seem to have made any kind of statement at all. That he's staying silent. That's not the same as having courage of conviction, is it?
Well, he's not calling for a ceasefire, is he?
No, but that's not the same as not calling for a ceasefire. So there's no guns to stick to here, is there?
Well, at least he's not calling for a ceasefire, and I don't think he should be, because I think once and for all, 73 was the last time there was a major war. Now 50 years, just over 50 years later, look at this. And I think the only way to teach them a lesson is to literally destroy them. Finished. End of. Because that way there will hopefully be peace for more than 50 years now. They will get a good hiding like they did just over 50 years ago, and they'll be licking their wounds for a long time. And this is what they need.
How can you, in your head, reconcile what you're saying with what we're seeing in terms of children, innocent civilians being killed?
Unfortunately, this is war. This is war. There's been innocence on both sides. I mean, who started the war? Let's not forget that.
Well, it depends on your perspective, doesn't it?
There's no perspective over here. Who started the war, please?
This particular iteration of it, but there have been other iterations of it in the past. This goes back thousands of years, this conflict.
And I'm asking now, who started this? Please, do answer me that.
So, because of the actions of Hamas,
of October, what happened? You tell me.
7,000 civilians deserve to die, that's what you're saying.
I'm telling you, they need to destroy Hamas. Once and for all. Finish it.
And regardless of the... And what do you think will happen after the...
What out to?
Okay, and what do you think will happen after that? Do you think it will be peace forevermore?
Do you think I am not scared? I've got family there. Do you think I don't think of them every day? I do. But I'm telling you now, finish it off once and for all. Give them a good fighting that they deserve. Give them a good fighting.
Where are your family, Moshe?
All over Israel. Do you think I'm not scared? Do you think I'm not scared?
I'm sure that you are. Do you think if your family were in Gaza, you would also be scared?
Absolutely. But do you not think I'm doing the right thing because I know this is the right thing in my you know what? King Solomon, like I said to your colleague, your researcher, King Solomon said very famously, amongst many things, he said there's a time for war, there's a time for peace. This is the time for war. Let's do it. Bring it on. Bring it on.
Okay, Moshe, thank you for your call. I don't think that attitude that we've just heard is what is going to bring about long-term peace.
Right, guys, I've taken my dog out for a walk. I've taken Max out for a walk by myself in the rain, and now I'm indoors and I'm going to relax and have a peaceful evening, whether there's noise or not. See you later.